User stories and acceptance criteria are the building blocks of an effective MVP development process. They translate abstract product ideas into actionable tasks for your team, ensuring everyone understands what needs to be built, why it matters, and how success will be measured. Let's start with user stories. A user story is a simple, human-centered way to describe a feature from the user's perspective. The classic format is, as a type of user, I want to perform an action so that I can achieve a goal. This structure keeps the focus on the user's intent rather than technical details. For example, as a remote team member, I want to post my daily goals so that my team stays aligned. Or, as a small business owner, I want to track my expenses easily so that I can understand my cash flow. Each user story should express a clear need and outcome. It's not about how to build it, but why it's valuable. Good user stories are small, testable, and valuable. If a story feels too big, break it down. For example, as a user, I want to manage my profile could be split into smaller stories like, as a user, I want to update my email address, or as a user, I want to change my profile picture. This makes development and testing faster, and it ensures consistent progress. Next, let's talk about acceptance criteria. These are the conditions that define when a user story is complete. They act as the bridge between the user's needs and the development team's work. Acceptance criteria bring clarity. They tell everyone this is what done looks like. Acceptance criteria are usually written as bullet points or scenarios that describe expected behavior. The user receives a password reset link via email. The link expires after 24 hours. The user can create a new password that meets security requirements. A confirmation message appears when the password is successfully changed. Notice how these criteria are specific, measurable, and easy to test. They remove ambiguity and align the team on what success means. There are two common ways to write acceptance criteria: the checklist format and the gherkin format. The checklist format, like the example above, is straightforward and works well for most teams. The gherkin format, often used in behavior-driven development (BDD), follows a structure. Given context, when action, then expected outcome. For example, given a user who forgot their password, when they request a reset, then they should receive an email with a secure link. This format is great for automation testing and clarity. When writing user stories and acceptance criteria, collaboration is key. Include input from designers, developers, and stakeholders. The best stories emerge from conversations, not documents. A short discussion with the team can prevent weeks of confusion later. You should also prioritize user stories using frameworks like Moscow or Rice. Not every story needs to be built right away. Start with the must-haves, the ones that prove your MVP's value. Then move on to should-haves and could-haves as you iterate. Once stories and criteria are defined, use them to plan your sprints or development cycles. Each completed user story becomes a tangible piece of value delivered to your users. Tracking progress through stories also helps you measure how much validated learning you're achieving over time. User stories and acceptance criteria bring structure to creativity. They make sure every line of code, every design element, and every feature connects back to the user's real needs. In other words, they're your roadmap to building products that people truly love. In the end, the power of user stories lies in simplicity. They keep everyone aligned on what matters most, solving real problems for real users. And with clear acceptance criteria, you can turn that clarity into consistent, high-quality results.